Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Hidayah binti Muhammad Zahari, matric number 190357. I am from Bachelor of Chemical and Environmental Engineering. So for today, I'm going to talk in this short video about my oral FYP proposal presentation. I got a title about synthesis and characterization of binders from Agro waste for surface coating application. So first of all, I am supervised by Prof. Madya Dr. Muhammad Halim Shah bin Ismail. So shall we begin the presentation? So firstly, this is my overview about what I'm going to talk in this video. So the first one is about the introduction. The second one is about the problem statement. The third one is the objective about this study. The fourth one is the scope. Fifth is the methodology on how I'm going to produce the product and how I'm going to test the product at the end of the experiment. And then the sixth one is about the significance of the study. What is overall overview about my study. And then the last one is about the Gantt chart, about my planning for this semester. Okay, the first one, we go to the introduction. So basically, what do you guys know about the alkyd resin? So basically, alkyd resin is a polyester that are being modified by the addition of the fatty acid and other compound. Basically, alkyd is comes from a word which is alcid that refers to the modification of its form from the addition of the fatty acid, and the combination of alkyd resin is actually about they act as a binders for surface coating application in order to make sure the pigment and the structure of the material that used in the surface coating application to be bind properly. And then for my topic, which is I choose the raw material from agriculture waste. So the sources of alkyd resin is from avocado seed oil, which is from avocado. And then why I choose avocado seed oil as the agro waste in order to produce the alkyd resin for surface coating application, because nowadays mostly people like to eat avocado, right? Because they have a lot of benefits. So the seed of the avocado is just thrown away. So it's not good to remove or disposal the waste into the environment, as maybe some of it can cause environmental pollution. So in order to convert the waste into the well, so I use avocado seed that being extracted to get the avocado seed oil in order to produce alkyd resin. So what are the future prospects for alkyd resin? Technically, alkyd resin still being studied for surface coating application, and it has been found that compared to the other agro waste, avocado seed oil can produce more oil compared to the other waste. I think scientifically, because they have big size of the seed, so which means they can produce more seed oil, and because of the fatty acid compound in the oil as well. And then I will explain about the properties of the avocado seed oil. So the alkyd resin from the avocado seed oil is low cost compared to another agro waste that we use, and it also have a good compatibility with other coating polymers, and it also have a high electrical resistance, and the application also is very good for synthetic paints and architectural coating. And then about the problem statement about my study, the first one is going to involve the process in order to produce resin. From my mistake there, in order to produce resin from agriculture waste, compared to polymer that has been used widely nowadays, because polymer has an environmental pollution due to its process, which is aromatic solvent process that will release to the air. And then polymer process is also require high cost to implement. And then our aim for this study is going to convert the waste to the well, which is utilize the avocado seed oil to get the alkyd resin for surface coating application. And then in my study, I focus on two objectives. The first one is to synthesize and characterize the alkyd resin using avocado seed oil as a binder. And then the second one is to evaluate the performance of alkyd resin as binders for surface coating application. I will explain more after this. And then my scope is just to synthesize the avocado seed oil into alkyd resin and to investigate on how different types of chemicals involved in the study will affect the performance of the alkyd resin, whether it is good or not. And then for the methodology, for the first step, we will begin with the preparation of avocado seed oil. So basically, we're going to watch the avocado seed oil, the avocado seed, and cut it into pieces, and it will go through into the drying under the sun for 1 week and undergo oven drying for the next 2 days and grinding process, and then being stored in the desiccator to avoid from being affected from other impurities. And then the second one is about the extraction of avocado seed oil. In this process, we're going to use the solvent extraction method, which is the solvent that we use is N-hexane. And then after the extraction, we'll heat up until it reaches until the solvent being vaporized, and will undergo into the bleaching process, which is involve hydrogen peroxide. And then we're going to synthesize the alkyd resin from the avocado seed oil that being extracted. And then synthesis of alkyd resin involved in 2 stages. So this tables 1 is about the how different types of chemical with a different amount will affect the performance of the alkyd resin. So the first one is alcoholysis stage. So we're going to use a round bottom flask with a stirrer, and then the component that we need here is avocado seed oil, and that one as the catalyst. And then we're going to heat up the mixture into 120, and we're going to add the glycerol and heat up again until 180, and keep on stirring for 30 minutes. And then this is the esterification stages. Esterification stages is to convert the glycerol into monoglyceride. So we're going to lower the temperature into 150, and then we're going to add the different chemicals that we use based on the tables 1, and then heat it up again until 250. Time required is about 2 hours. And then a second last step that we need is to do the characterization for alkyd resin and avocado seed oil. We need to determine the color, the pH, refractive index, FTIR, GCMS, and acid value also. And then the last one, we're going to investigate the performance of alkyd resin using 2 tests, which is drying test and chemical resistance test. And then the significance of this study is to utilize the avocado seed oil as a green renewable resources to produce alkyd resin. And the second one is to study because the conventional sources of alkyd resin is hydrocarbon and it is not eco-friendly. Okay, this is about my Gantt chart. So basically, for now we are in week 13. I'm going to submit the video proposal presentation, and then for next week, which is week 14, we're going to have the proposal presentation. So that's all from me. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your time. Thank you. Bye bye.